Right. So, in the last session, we discussed about why XML is important, followed by this, how are we going to use XML? All that stuff was discussed in the previous session. In today's session, I'm going to discuss about two things. One is about SAX and second is DOM. So, XOS is also one of the protocol, which is normally we call it as a serial access protocol, especially when we are working on XML. Creating protocols are something essentially required. In this regard, it's always important for us to understand about the importance of serial access protocol for XML is what something one of the key and important element under XML part. So this SAX majorly useful for us to execute the mechanism, whatever the kind of the data, right? So XML data we have. If you want to read and write XML data and all that. So if you want to execute it faster, right? So this kind of mechanism is what something which this protocol is being used, because if you see there are different protocols we use in the field of application development like SOAP, all that stuff, right? So simple object access protocols, all that. Those are the ones which normally we use whenever we are working on web services, API, all that. But in connect to that, when we are working on XML, this serial access protocol is majorly useful for us to identify, majorly to execute any kind of mechanism and all when we are reading and writing XML data is what something this is being used. And majorly when it comes to the SAX itself is concerned, when we are implementing SAX protocol, there are different parsers which normally we use. Normally this parsers majorly invokes whatever the different callback methods we have, right? So all these things we use whenever we are working on the XML tags, because there are different XML tags normally we create. So for that, generally this SAX and all everything is being used. So the next one about DOM, right? So DOM is also one more thing, one more protocol. This is called document object model protocol, which majorly converts XML documents and all everything into a collection of objects into the program. This is majorly the kind of mechanism which majorly used as a random access protocol, especially because if there is any kind of implementation of data at any point in time, if we want to visit all that stuff, generally this random access protocol called DOM is what something which normally we use it. So these are the two major ones. One is about SAX, which is about this protocol, which majorly useful for us when we wants to execute the mechanism to read and write XML data. This is what something SAX is being used. At the same time, when it comes to the DOM, which is about document object model protocol, which majorly converts XML documents into collection of objects into the program while we are working on any kind of XML data. Especially this is majorly useful when we are working on the migration projects also. So these are the two major ones which are important under XML. The next one about the DTD and all that I'm going to discuss in the next session. The DTD parsers and all everything we need to know, so that we are going to discuss in the next session. So this is all about session today, and there are some examples. I told you that I'm going to give you some examples to you for practical understanding and all. I am sending this to your emails. First of all, you please go through your email. I think I have already shared it, right? So please go through your email. So there are some examples I have forwarded you. But have a practical understanding. We'll be doing this in coming days. Just have a glance over that examples. I will discuss it later. Okay. If you have any questions, please go ahead. Sorry.